Greetings, this is Skyler Saunders Singh. What's current? Today I would like to explore this young person's latest effort, Lil Uzi Vert's the Pink Tape. Now, it's one of the best albums I've heard in the past few months, and it could be one of the best albums of the year. And I'm not saying that with sarcasm or insincerity. I actually do affirm that. And I'm going to give my review of that album for them because I know they have certain pronouns, and it's funny when people say, "Oh, how can he have pronouns like him, them, they, their, and stuff like that?" Well, a black person doing it is a problem, but anybody else is like, "Oh, that's great. They're expressing themselves. It's all right." I mean, I'm a cisgender heterosexual man, and I am proud of my pronouns: he, him, his, and that's cool for me. If Lil Uzi Vert wants to say they, them, their, that's all their business. But let's get into this review. Uh, it was not a slog. I was expecting it to be a slog. It's an hour and a half, just under an hour and 90 minutes, 187 minutes. I thought it was going to be, something, oh, I got to go through this. There's going to be some skips, skip, 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 skip. I didn't skip a song. I listened to it twice and I didn't skip. I think I listened to it 2, 3 times. I didn't skip. It really has staying power. It has power in the lyricism. It has power in the bravado and the aggression that the punk rap kind of scene goes to say. Lil Uzi Vert definitely has a place in hip hop. He's one of the best Philly rappers to ever come out. Definitely. He definitely put his name on the map in a spectacular way. Got my notes. You can see them now. They're in different font and different color. But no, this could be his current achievement. The monster hit "Just Wanna Rock" that lasted all the way up to this moment and continues to be a TikTok standard and an Instagram standard for little white girls around the world and popping their booty, white women I should say, 18 and up, just to clarify. Popping the booty to the "I Wanna Rock," doing the challenge and everything like that. They've got it going on. Lil Uzi Vert. They've had the opportunity to really manifest and grow, get media attention for that diamond in their middle of their head. It's amazing. I keep saying disregard all the he's. I'm gonna mess up every time. Don't worry. I'm not being disrespectful. I'm just stupid like that. But no, Lil Uzi Vert put it down. They have the power to hold their own on this record. And for anyone who wants to, challenge them on their record, they're free to do it, but it'll just be hating, I think. You'd just be hating the hate. It wouldn't be objective hate. They have a song with called CS, and I think that's short for Chop Suey, but just a cover in a sense of Sewed, System of a Down song. And it's raw. It's my favorite song on the whole album because I love that song Chop Suey when it first came out. Going way back to almost 20 years ago, or at least 20 years ago, and it just sticks with you. It reminds you of all the great rap rock collaborations, like of course the monumental and strong collaboration between Run DMC and Aerosmith from the 80s, and you have Public Enemy and Anthrax, and you have Ice-T's rock band Body Count, and you have the big homie Jay-Z's collaboration with new metal rock band Linkin Park. So they're in that vein. They're in that same kind of category of great rock music, rap music combined. And I saw the chatter on the interwebs about, oh, well, this is a collaboration that didn't need to be, and they didn't have to go to this far. I think he ruined it. They ruined it with the auto tune. Maybe they were afraid to sing on the record. Like, just quiet yourself. Just be quiet, because it doesn't make a difference what they wanted to convey with the auto tune. Maybe they wanted to say, I'm able to do this. I'm able to show myself approved in this rock arena, but I just still want to do a little bit of auto tune at the same time. I just love the fact that they had enough freedom and enough power in their own mind to challenge what people would be thinking, to do their own thing. Salute to Uzi for that. I was saying, sometimes it doesn't work when rock and rap come together, historical, but those ones that do, it really makes a poignant status. On the album, they feature an audio by Lil or Boosie, Badass Boosie, when he's attacking Lil Uzi Vert. He's saying, he wears colored nails and wears dresses, and he's attacking his, heterosexuality. And he's, Boosie's not right, or he is right in some circumstances. He does say it right. He wants to say how Lil Uzi Vert is, playing with the non-gender and non-conformity kind of thing. And he wants, Boosie wants to, voice that. But they, Lil Uzi Vert, were very, confident and assure themselves, because after the Boosie clip, it says, "Thank you, Uzi Vert," by a female's voice. So it gives you an indication that he's, still within some semblance of being a heterosexual male, even though they want to go by certain pronouns. But that was clever on their part. The people that put together this album, and along with Lil Uzi Vert, they put together this collection of songs in order to show, to the world that, you can be different, you can be odd, you can be weird. And, it harkens back, to Outkast and so many others. You can be strange, you can be off the wall, you can be a weirdo and still be successful. That's the power of it, It goes back to even Kanye West, or Ye. I said his government name. He switched up his name and said Ye. It goes back to him. He was very strange, very weird on Yeezus. That was a record that nobody expected in 100 years probably. But he's put it out and became a success, went platinum. And on the cusp of being a Billboard #1 artist, I think he was a #1 before, but I'm not sure. Correct me if I'm wrong. Brittany, you sent me that message. Send it in a form under the video or something like that. You sent a beautiful message. You said, I had some of my facts wrong. That's true. I get a lot of stuff wrong. That's why I need you guys to correct me, get me back on track for my dumb ass. I do as much research as I can. I only have a few hours, in between doing this. But Brittany Jeff, I think your name is Brittany Jeffrey or something like that. You sent me a message. I couldn't find it anywhere else. I clicked off of this page and it was gone. So send me something if you're listening right now, or if you're going to be listening in the future. Send me a message under my videos on my page, so it's not just on the other comment section. Put it in the section where it goes to my studio or it goes to my channel page. All right, enough of that. So we have this whole idea behind, the spiky hair, the fingernails, the color pink, the color of the name of the album called, or the playlist, if you want to say, the pink tape. I mean, it's all boiling down to saying, he's just an out there kind of person. I said he. They're just some out there kind of person. I told you I'm gonna mess it up. My dumb ass. That's my dumb ass. Not his. That's not his fault. I'm not trying to clown him either. I'm not trying to play him out. So he is, I wouldn't call. I'm struggling to call this monumental album or playlist, whatever you want to call it. It's a classic. I'll say it's a classic. It's definitely a classic. It may be a masterpiece because it's so long. I think there's how many songs on here? Hold on, let me make sure. Pink tape song. There's 26 songs on here, and it's actually 23 and 3 bonus songs. There's some welcome collaborations. Travis Scott, people I've never heard of before. Bring Me the Horizon, Baby Metal. I heard of Don Toliver, but the most welcome would have to be Nicki Minaj. Nicki Minaj championed Lil Uzi Vert's career ever since his inception. She always said that he was like another Lil Wayne. She always kept her eyes and ears open to his work because she reminded her of her mentor and Lil Wayne. So they had she had a decent rap. It wasn't like spectacular. It wasn't like her monster rap. On My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy, but or my favorite song of hers, Moment for Life. But she was in the pocket, and he rocked the show, on the album, on the record. For the most part, I really listened to it and I tried to get into it, and it didn't disappoint. I really was like ready to say, oh my gosh, 26 songs, an hour and 37 minutes, or hour and 27 minutes. I don't know. Looks kind of crazy. I don't know if I'm going to deal with this, but you listen to it, you sit down, or you get up and you start moving around, you start dancing, you start cleaning up around the house, you start to get groove to it. It's that rock and punk rock and rap, collaborations, and that whole ideology. He wants to make mosh pit music. He wants people to be smashing around and throwing around and everything like that, making corporate people uncomfortable. People in suits and ties start looking around. But that's what Lil Uzi Vert wants. They want to have that in their arsenal. They want to show that. They want to bring that to the populace. They want to keep that in their mindset. That's why they made this album. To do that. To show, hey, look at me. I'm special. I got my spiky hair. I got my weird vocals. I got my pink diamond now in the middle of my head. And I'm doing my thing. And that's beautiful. And for Philly, that's a great thing because, I mean, if you go by sports, it's like they come up so close and then not do it, especially this past year. What did the Phillies do? They went to the World Series, lost. The Eagles went to the Super Bowl, lost. The Sixers, well, they didn't even get to the championship, and they were lost in the playoffs, but they had the MVP. It's like, okay. And the Flyers were just complete trash this year. They were just abominable. They knew they were terrible. They knew they couldn't, go. I don't even think they broke 500. I doubt it. I'm not. I have to check on that, but they didn't do so well. To put it as an understatement. But who did do well? Lil Uzi Vert. They did exceptionally well. This is a true testament to their character and what they want to do in their life, what they want to do with their own time and their own efforts. They have the power, they have the might to bring to their lives a greatness, a wonderful statement to whom they are. And that's what is so important in this whole idea, that they could be the whoever they wanted to be. They took it upon themselves to say, this is my world, and I'm gonna color it with every color I want. And this time I'm choosing pink, and I'm gonna be on the cover with the American flag in pink and black and white, and I'm gonna be wearing a cutoff jacket in pink and black and white. And that's what I'm gonna do. That's what he. That's what. That's what they wanted to do. They really, were on something, another level, beyond what most people would ever even expect. That's what's so amazing and so profound about these young people. He's not even. They're not even 30 years old, and they have put out tapes. And this is the biggest criticism. The biggest criticism is that they sound like Trippy Red and Lil Baby and other acts, and I just think that's pure player hating. That's player hating without a doubt. That's showing that you don't have the ability to show yourself to be objective, to think only on terms of reality instead of your feelings. Get out of your feelings. Saying, "Oh well, they sound like Trippy. Oh, they sound like Playboy Cardi," and it just doesn't give room for them to succeed in that regard. But apparently, they're right on the cusp. They're right on the edge of being number one on the Billboard charts. And they said that if they get number one, they're going to drop music that goes right to the soul of their core supporter base. Already said that they've got tons of music already recorded, and this is to go and fly in the face of so many Philly hip hop artists: Cassidy, Beanie Siegel, Freeway, Oskino Sparks, Young Chris, Young Neef, all these rappers, and so many more. Because Philly's just got spitters. It's not a hub. It's not a hub like Atlanta. Atlanta is a hub with talented artists that came in and exploded. Philly just has a Philly sound and a whole lot of talented rappers that couldn't get it together. Meek Mill, that's another rapper from Philly. They just couldn't pop off in the same way. They popped off on a level, but they didn't extend it. They didn't take the game to another level. Lil Uzi Vert, they're taking the game to another level. That's facts. They're on another path. They're on another pathway. They're on a way of going to an event of enlightenment, an event of knowing who they are and what they're about, and not fall into the cracks of the dope game, fall into the cracks of selling or using. They may be on different, drugs, Molly. I'm not sure. Allegedly, it's all alleged. They may be sober. I have no clue. But what they do have is the power to change minds. Change my mind. This album clearly did. Change my mind about their whole style, about their whole, take on the game. I remember, let me see what their previous work was. And of course he had to he reminded his audience that he went diamond with XO Tour Life. That was one of my favorite songs to come out. I don't really care if you cry. That was a banger. That was a banger. That definitely can go down in hip hop history, as not just because it was professionally and one of the best ever, but also the Billboard Hot 100 chart topping single with Amigos, Bad and Bougie, cooking a single with Uzi. Like, if I say anything else, then I'll probably get hit with a copyright strike. So please don't, get mad at me for that. His album. Here we go. Eternal Atake, if I'm saying that correctly, and Lil Uzi versus the World 2 and Pluto and Baby Pluto. And this was a time period that was very serious in everybody's life, or around the world, everybody's lives around the world when this is the pandemic. And it just took on a different way of saying, what was going on. And I think Lil Uzi Vert knew this, and he wanted to, join up with Future, because he has those little tiny pockets that sound like Future. He has that aura and that, understanding of what the music world wants, like Future does. He knows about melodies. He knows about different, places in the pocket within the music. He knows about the syncopation. He knows about the tempo. He knows about the instrumentation behind it. He knows all these things. I'm saying they just edit everything out that I said he and said they. Not trying to diss this person. Not trying to diss him. They are on another level because they have sustained a career that, could have been, he could have just been a one-off. Oh, he had Bad and Bougie, that's cute. Or two off. Oh, XO Tour Life, that's fine, whatever. But they took it to another level. They expanded the game. They knew what they were doing. They knew they had a chance to say what they wanted to say in the way they wanted to say it. And sonically, just the acoustics, just the instrumentation of the album or playlist is incredible. Great production. I mean, if you look at the different producers, you will see just how amazing it is. How this has, been able to do this. He had, like I said, with the song "Just Wanna Rock," just a super tip top heavyweight. Just amazing. It is absolutely amazing. And they say, sad stuff that says like satanic allegations. I'm Satan, for goodness sakes. I'm Lucifer. I'm the devil, or I'm not, but I can convince you that I am, probably. But he had all these different. They had all these different ideas, about that surrounding that. It's goofy. He had legal issues. He was recklessly driving a dirt bike. He had an assault with uh, Saint Jen or Saint John, I guess you pronounce it. Uh, he had a restitution and a 10-year criminal protective order. I'm getting this from Wikipedia, but I'm trying to find. Okay, here we go. On this list of producers, I'm not even going to count them all, but it looks like at least 30 different producers to create this album, this marvelous work. He's ready. They're ready to drop Love is Rage 3. That's in the works. They're so profound and ready to state that they're here. Thank you, Courtney. Courtney, you were well received. Thank you very much for your contribution. If you are on, put a 1 up in the comment section if you're still here. I saw the heart go up. Okay, good to go. I see you. All right, so let me see. Go. $10 rates. Thank you very much, Court. Appreciate you so much. Just encourage other people, because I don't want I'm like right on your heels, like every time it's Courtney. Tell your 2 friends. Don't tell 3 friends. Tell 2 friends. Tell 2 friends that are interested, and let the third person say, "Oh, what's that? Who's that guy? I never seen him before." And then don't tell them, and then they'll have to figure it out on their own. That's all you got to do, because I think that'll expand my base if you do that, because you are a valued day 1 participant within the Skyler Saunders seeing realm. I appreciate all that you do. And this ocean of the internet, or the galaxies of the internet, you'll find anything and everything: beautiful, nasty, disgusting, ugly, wonderful. And it's just, the internet is such a beautiful system altogether, taken with all the elements of it. So I appreciate you and thank you. But to wrap up, they, them, okay? They, them. I appreciate that. Thank you. So, Lil Uzi Vert, they are on top of the world right now. It hasn't even been in the works, or hasn't been released on Billboard, but it looks potential that they'll have my dumb ass. This blame me. It's not your fault. It's gonna be my fault. That they will have the #1 rap album so far this year. No hip hop albums have charted at #1 yet. Nobody, not one person, not Lil Durk, not anyone else, not Kodak Black, nobody. Business is business. From jail, I would imagine, or I don't know the stories behind this, but Young Thug, business is business, is #2. Last time I checked. So I mean, you have to take into account all of that. Everything that goes on with the Billboard charts and all that. It's something different. But salute to Lil Uzi Vert, and everything they do, and everything that they do for themselves. Salute. Okay. Now it is, of course, story time. I'm going to be reading my short stories, microfiction, and you can just sit back. If you got something to blaze it. If you got something to drink it. If you just want to listen to some stories, be prepared, because I'm about to go in right now. Pow. Tool. Doctors observe a new instrument. The doctors all looked at the digital board. This is the new government tool to treat our patients, Dr. Tabitha announced. The other physicians under her voice rolled their eyes. The sounds of disapproval rang around the room. It's just like everything else in the government. The phones, the cars, everything has been produced by the state. Now, we might not like it, but this is the reality of the situation. But everything is so ugly and ineffective, Dr. Octavia Gummer pointed out. That's our reality. More clunky mobile devices and vehicles are just the start. We have to fight. That was my entry into Vocal.media. Let me know if you like it in the comment section. Here we go. His selfishness. A doctor reflects on his life and legacy. I'm starting a trend again. His ability as a physician allowed people to look past his black skin. He had been a doctor for 35 years. Now he was the head of his department of surgeons. He led a team of 20 different doctors who knew what they were doing. It kept him within the framework of being the top of his game, even if the top of his head showed gray. His selfishness brought him to this level where he opened a package that read he would be honored by the Delaware healthcare system. He took off his glasses and looked at pictures. Another entry. Marine Corps stories. Ellen Gass. A lieutenant colonel retells basics of the M16. We use keywords in the Corps. Are we tracking? The junior officers replied to Lieutenant Colonel Christopher T. Roswell with enthusiasm. One of those words you learn in OCS, LM gas. This rifle that the enlisted primarily use goes a long way. The lightweight magazine-fed, gas-operated shoulder-fired weapon should be ingrained in all of your psyches. He turned aboard. A picture of an AK-47 appeared on the screen. It is a weapon that is durable and easy to fire. A 3-year-old could shoot it, sir, Captain Marianne Capulet announced. That's right. And that's the story. This is microfiction, folks. Very short. They're almost like poems, but they're stories encapsulated in just 100 words. I've just captured 100 words. That's all I'm doing. Or sometimes 200 or more, a little more. At least it's under 600 words. That's how they explain what a short. It's very vaporous. The definition is trying to nail down what it means. Let me see here. If you're if you're watching this, put a 1 or send some put a 1 up in the live chat, because I'm reading on different pages, so I wouldn't know who you are. I don't know who else is watching. Okay, here we go with another story. Okay. Another Marine Corps story. Here goes this is all part of the way I've extended myself. This is a theme, a common theme you can pick up here. Resplendent in his evening attire of dress, including red and white and gold. Of course, the midnight blue offered a feast for the eyes. The first black commandant in Marine Corps history walked with his wife. He was 62 and she was 40. The evening went well until it was announced that Iran had attacked the barracks in Tehran that housed 40 Marines. 16 of them were dead and a few more were injured. The night was spoiled, but the commandant ensured that everyone else had a good time while he prepared a speech for the press. He felt it. Somebody else liked that story, it's the little things, it's a commonality, that's a cliche, but it's true. Just to get a word from somebody, out there, somebody out there listening, watching, reading, I appreciate everything. I really do. This is called Marine Corps Stories. Shield you from around. A staff sergeant chats with a sergeant on selfishness. We preach that selfishness, unselfishness, and self-sacrifice, but we don't believe it. We know that we really don't care about the next Marine. We're looking for the promotion or pay and bennies or bonus, Staff Sergeant Leonard Watley announced. I disagree. I think that our selflessness is what makes a team, Sergeant Tim Bannister said. It's not. Money is what keeps us together. It's selfish and true. If I were to shield you from around, that would be selfish. How? Because your life is of value to me. Sergeant Bannister soon realized what the staff sergeant was saying. I see. Anybody feel that on a level? Talking about selfishness and unselfishness? Usually very hot button third rail actions. A bountiful soul. Salute to you, bountiful soul. Like I said, go ahead, go out there, tell your friends, let them know, hey, you got to watch Skyler Saunders to sing. He's going crazy. He's a bipolar mental outpatient. And he's talking out the side of his neck. Just tell 2 people that. And we'll see how much this thing can grow. And I already hit up Courtney. So if you have it in your spirit to put a little something in the collection plate, I'm not going to fault you for it. Remember today's goal. So I'm going to continue with the stories because we got time to burn. We got time. All right. Here's another one. Still with the theme. Got a strong theme going. Marine Corps stories. Marine Corps ballin'. The one thing on a corporal's mind is to go to the ball hand in hand with a certain celebrity. He slid into her DMs. He posted on her channel. He did everything short of looking up her number and calling her on the phone. Celesta, pop singer extraordinaire, made it a challenge for any Marine to take her to the Marine Corps ball just a few weeks away. She made short videos eliciting young male Marines to accompany her to the ball. Corporal Fernando Smithson took it upon himself to finally make a video himself. He put lotion on his black skin, wore his blue dress A uniform, and performed a little dance. He noticed and chose him immediately. She noticed him. Do you like that story? This should be familiar for any Marine that's ever been in the Corps. Even the people that abstain, you know somebody that knows somebody that would enjoy a stiff drink or a cold glass or something goody. All right. The Marines recalled the significance of the Tun Tavern in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. It's only right that the Corps be established in a bar. I just love it. Corporal Hattie Ty announced before drinking another beer at the local bar in New Arizona. Two other corporals, Jason Century and Donna Fisk, enjoyed their Friday evening. They were able to decompress and take in the scene. I swear, if I wasn't a beer chugging, gun toting, devil dog, I don't know where I'd be right now. Century agreed. The flow of alcohol continued as the three of them continued on to unwind. Right. That just makes me laugh. I like that. I like one of those stories. What am I gonna say? I don't make perfect scores every time. Not every time is the best. But here's something that's interesting. I actually have another story called a TV show that I'm writing called Carry On, and I might change the title of this story or completely get rid of it, or I don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna do yet. I might just keep it because it's not the exact same title. It's Marine Corps Stories. Carry On. A private first class mistake the copy perfect push. Issued from the typewriter came reports on the pilot's flight hours. Private first class Garner Jenkins looked at the white correction ink and applied it to one of his mistakes. No mistakes, Gunnery Sergeant Destin Blanker shouted. Aye, Gunny, Jenkins said. The PFC took his time to type on the clunky machine. More errors. Push! You're going to get these reports right now somehow. The PFC started sweating now. He kept going to the extremes in order to make sure the reports looked perfect. Attention on deck, Corporal Sandin announced as Captain Ariel Burks walked in the office. Carry on. It's a classic. Wow, okay. Bountiful soul. A bountiful soul. I definitely appreciate you. Thank you so much. And continue to watch and share and repost and let people know on Twitter. Are you on Spill? Anybody? I haven't gotten that. I might do a whole show tomorrow or half a show on Spill, this new social networking site that it has a waiting list of people. It's supposed to be the Black Twitter when there's already a Black Twitter, quote unquote. If Negroes want to do that, they can do that. If Black people want to do that, that's their thing. If they want to do that, all the way. I'm in support of all of that. My favorite song on the album is CS. Champ Fisk. If you're watching this right now, CS. I loved it. Because it was almost like open up a gift. Yes, CS, yes, sir. CS. Listen to CS. I think it's just a whole acknowledgement and a standard for one of my favorite rock bands anyway. Sold, System of a Down. They're definitely in top 10, top 20 of what I like. We're talking about Uzi. We're talking about them. Yes, I'm doing stories right now, but we can still talk about the other show too. I got plenty of stories. I got a few, almost 15 minutes left. For a full hour. And I can go over the limit. We can talk about Uzi. You want to talk about Uzi, Champ Fisk? Remember that? Okay, wait a minute. Hold on. Hold on. Wait a minute. The ladies have stepped up, sir. I believe you're a sir. Champ Fisk sounds like a sir. Maybe it could be a woman. A woman could be a champion too. But I appreciate the ladies Hold on. Okay, you're a dude. All right, cool, cool, cool. All right. Make sure. Okay, hold on. $7 out of $10. That's all I'm asking. I'm PBS right now. I don't have totes for you guys. That's the shame. That's the sad part. I don't have tote bags. I don't have pens and pencils and stationery. But I do have this word. That's what I got. Champ Fisk, if you're trolling, troll. I'm not going to stop you from trolling. Please troll harder, though. I'm asking for offerings from my own self, not who you're alluding to. I'm not that person's son. I have a dad, and he's the greatest dad that there can possibly be. I'm not feeding for a daddy. Pause. Okay. Champ is. I mean, that's what I said. You have to hate. If you're gonna hate. I want you to. That's the best part about this. That's the whole point of YouTube shows. We're conscious of it. We in this life know who we're talking about. I'm talking about Mr. Troy Star Terrain. He is the original objective hater with a key word on objective, but you have to remind yourself that he tied the two together with hatred and objectivism. And a lot of people don't understand that. You know what? When I get prepared, when I ask the right questions, because I haven't asked the right. Sometimes it's the questions that you don't ask that makes it all the difference. That's what I learned from Mr. Terrain. But for when it comes to call-ins, I'm definitely going to have to ask him. When or how do you do it? How do you set it up? How much does it cost? That's big boy stuff. That's like established professional. Like what he's on an established professional level. I'm just ramshackle boat in the water, paddling away. He's in a yacht. If you can see that analogy. He's in a yacht somewhere. I'm in a dinghy. I'm in a little boat. I'm in the SS Minnow. I'm about to be stranded on a desert isle. If you catch the reference. All right. I know a few low end and people that do it. I know a few low end people that do it. Do what? Call-ins? Hey, if you could forward me their numbers or here's my this is my email account. Forward me everybody that you know that they're on the low end like me, because I'm definitely on the low end. I have a ratty little light that's flat, doesn't give me much, leeway, doesn't give me much, in the way of, elevating me. It's just lights, camera, action. That's what I saw. Just simple. Keep it as simple as that. I got light, I got a camera, and I'm acting. Hold on. Rami Ose Frimpong. Who? Okay, this person is a black person, and they're a philosopher. Is that possible? No, I'm kidding. That was a joke. That was a joke. He'll take care of you for a small fee. Okay. All right. So I'm intrigued. I'll look up this person. I'll get in contact with them. Or are you trolling right now? I can't. Now you got the laughing face. You got the crying laughing face. I hate emojis because I can't tell what you mean. I don't know what you're laughing at. I'm stupid. I can't tell. I don't know. I messed up the pronouns earlier in the show. No, but what are you laughing at, champ? I don't know what you're laughing. You had the laughing emoji with the tears coming out of the eyes. Something's funny. I'm a goofy guy. I know that. I'm goofy. Whatever. It's true. I can't help that. Oh, okay, yeah. I was joking because of course, like many people say, black people, Africans taught Greeks and Romans. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I see that now, Bono. So thank you for clearing that up because I said that about the black philosopher as possible. No, but if you look in your history books, you go back centuries and millennia, black people were definitely teaching Greeks and Romans. It's not an accident, and I'm not going to say that Cleopatra because I read in the book. I'm a reading nigga, but I read in the book that said as many times as people have said that Cleopatra was black, she had Macedonian lineage or Greek lineage. Um, she was white. Let's just leave that at that. Let's just say she was white. But she was the queen of Egypt for a time period. That means there were ideas being crossed. Black people, Egyptians, or even Nubians, especially Nubians, they traversed all the people and the lands to teach and to let them know what they understood. And you want to talk about the pyramids, you want to talk about the different structures that came about. I mean, it was based on slave labor. A lot of people think it was Jewish slaves. Judaism wasn't even around until hundreds or thousands of years later, from the pyramids being built. Yeah, it's true. Hey, this is I'm stupid. I'm a stupid man. I get stuff wrong all the time. I'm barely a college. I'm a college dropout, high school graduate, barely a high school graduate, and a community college dropout. Delaware Technical and Community College to be exact. The college that my sister graduated from with honors, but not my dumbass. I took a few steps. I took a few steps in the classroom, put on my headphones, and listened to Rush the entire time I was in the classroom. So it wasn't like I was going to graduate anytime soon. So then my dumbass said, you know what? Let me see what this Green Gun Club is about. Let's go to the Marine Corps and see what they're about. So anyway, that's a whole other Skyler Saunders story. About to Soul. Cleopatra's mother is unknown. So until that's known, we shouldn't make opinions a fact. I just said, like I said, let's just say she's white. I'm not an expert. I only read it in a book that said she was, in fact, not black. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying anything. I'm not kind of covering my ass or anything. I'm just saying what I read and what I'm saying now. I'm just saying right now she was white. And I know that the late great Paul Mooney will be kicking my ass for saying this, but she's white for right now. And they even had a whole I'm gonna look this up real quick. They had a whole debacle about this her being of a different color on Netflix. Because they're saying she was probably. It's saying Western leaders and filmmakers have long denied the link between modern Egypt and its ancient heritage. That people are up in arms about, her racial identity. And so that's all I'm saying. I appreciate you, bountiful soul. Respect. But no, if you want to go that route, champ, I appreciate you. Thank you for checking in. Thank you, Courtney, for checking in. Thank you, a bountiful soul, for checking in. I appreciate all of you. Definitely. I don't care if I got one person I'm talking to. That means something, and especially since it's live. And if I get more views after that, that's just cherry on the the cake. You saw a debate, okay? Answer what question, Champ Fisk? What question you want to ask? Answered. Or ask the question. I don't even know what the question you're talking about. Let me know. And we play music. Do 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 do. No, I don't know. I don't have any filler music, so because that little do 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 probably get a copy strike. I don't know what. They're so sensitive. The YouTube streams that's the only problem I have with them. They're very sensitive. Very sensitive streams. Oh, I see. Okay. I was reading Bountiful Soul. Pardon me, Champ Fist. Pardon me. I see him now. Where your daddy from? My dad is from Newark, Delaware, United States of America. And I am probably ADOS. I'm not even sure. I'm FBA. I mean, I'm Foundational Black American. I'm not even sure if I'm necessarily a descendant of slaves. Maybe indentured servants. Because through Delaware, and I don't know I don't have any other family that I know of. Either on my mother's side. If you looked at my grandfather, you would think he was a white man. Seriously. He passed away in 2000, but you would think he was a white man looking at his photos. So I don't look at all like him in any way. Completely. He has like zero brown. And his last name was Brown. Champ Fisk, do you have family outside of America? No, I do not. I do not know of anybody outside the United States that has claimed any lineage to myself or my immediate family. Next question. I got time. I got 3 minutes and then I gotta go. I gotta take my drugs. I gotta take my psych drugs because I'm a crazy person. Super wild. I'm out there. But I appreciate the questions, Champ Fist. Thank you. So you're an American black man. Yes, I'm a man. This is how I view myself. Politically, I'm a black man. Personally, I'm a man of color who happens to live in America. But I know for a fact that if I'm walking down the street and the police roll up on me and I don't put up my hands and show that I'm not carrying a weapon, because they're not going to say, oh, well, I think that's a man of color who happens to live in America. He's all right. They're going to think, no, that's a black man, and you're going to follow our rules. That's what they're going to say. What's the difference between selfishness and totalitarianism? Are they not the same, one on an individual, the other for grouping? Now we're getting heavy, and I got 2 minutes left. Individual is completely different from utilitarianism. Utilitarianism is saying that there's something out there, but you maybe not know what it is. It's like agnosticism. Utilitarianism is like you saying that it's like saying you have a doctrine that actions are right if they are useful or for the benefit of the majority. So that's totally not the individualism because you're going for the group. You're thinking about the majority rather than the individual person. If that can help you. And I've got 20 seconds left. So if you want to get into this last question, or just wait for me to take my drugs, stay on, watch this chair for 5 to 10 minutes, and I'll come back. I'm gonna take a break, and right now. All right. Thank you very much for right now. I'm gonna take a break. I'll be right back. All right. Back in the building. That's what I said. I said if you're ready, if you're watching, get ready for a chair. Get ready for that chair. Because it was coming. I gave you fair warning. Gave you fair warning. But I could go a little longer. You have any other questions? A Bountiful Soul, you have questions? Champ Fist, you want to know things? exactly. Ha 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 ha. See, I understand that more because you're laughing at me being silly and stupid and dumb. That's good. I can take it. Trust me. I've been humiliated all over the place. You know, it's come from the Marine Corps. It's like a test of humiliation. You know, you're humiliated your whole life. And my shadow banned. I'm not banning you. You can hate on me all you want. I'm not going to ban you. Y'all could be banned from my channel unless you're, disrupting the business flow. If you're disrupting the me getting money, then we have a problem. But I'm just saying this is the truth. You're the only one that has had a comment in the section and not chipped in with the money, Champ Fisk. Oh, you're laughing at okay. See, I do the ha 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 too. I do the ha ha ha. I don't do the fake. I don't do the emojis. But you're laughing at yourself. Okay, a bountiful soul. Respect that. Respect. But we can go till whenever. I can go a few more minutes till I get tired. I got a few other things I got to do, and these psych drugs will wear me down. I'll be looking like I'm ready to go to sleep with these psych drugs, but that's another story. But if we want to wrap up right now, we can. I've not reached my goal, but I will take $7 and take that and use that as an example of how I can generate some funds for my show. That's all I have to do to prove to myself that this is valuable. What was your MOS? My MOS was 6046. Maintenance Administrators Specialist for Aircraft. Basically, a bookkeeper. The military loves to have long, drawn out words and phrases, for simple things. I was a bookkeeper. I kept the records for the pilots' hours. The pilots that dropped the bombs on, people, bombs over Baghdad. I kept their flight hours. My MOS was 6046. Anything else before I go? So you went to the military I did not. I did not go into the military to keep books. My MOS changed, and I couldn't argue about it. I went into the military to be a combat reporter because I was in high school. I was associate editor of my student newspaper. Thank you for your support, Bountiful Soul. You're very much support. Um, but no, I went into the military to be a reporter. I wanted to be on the front lines, having IEDs going off around me, and with my pen and pencil or my pad or my, you know, my camera, wherever it would have been. But my MOS changed when I was right before I went to boot camp. I became legal admin. I was supposed to be legal admin. Then my MOS changed again to being maintenance administrative specialist for aircraft. Yeah. Okay. Salute to you, bountiful soul. Salute. Still alive. Hey, yeah. Hey, I'm still alive. I don't know how. I'm going to bed when my dad goes to bed. Let's say it like that. When he goes to bed, I go to bed. Or I'll stop my show. He's still up, so I'm still up. But no. Oh, really? You're okay? So you would have been accounting for my MC. No, I wouldn't have been accounting for the M60. No, only for aircraft. Only for aircraft. And a Bountiful Soul, I have a question for you. What was your MOS and what branch were you? May I ask, young lady? That's what I want to know. I mean, and I'm proud of my service, but it's not what I wanted to do. But that's the best part about in the Marine Corps. It doesn't matter what you do. You're living a lifestyle. You're a Marine. It's great. So we all are veterans. Are we all veterans in there? Is Courtney, are you a veteran? Are you a veteran? Or Bountiful Soul is a veteran. Champ is a veteran. Is a veteran, I should say. We are veterans. And I know if you are a veteran and you're wearing your hat, you wear your cap or something. I know you go into these stores. Shoot, I went and buy my whole, groceries one time. It was beautiful. Probably not Courtney. Why you say that? No, my recruiter ghosted me. Naval Technical Librarian. Woo. You must have had a 90 or above GT score, something like that. 100 something GT score. 19 Delta. So you were on the ships or were you on land? Did you ever go abroad? Did you ever go on a float? A Bountiful Soul with the Navy? And are you? Should I be calling you ma'am? Are you an officer in Champ Fisk? Are you a sir? Should I be calling you sir? Are you an officer of any kind? Okay, land. Okay. Were you enlisted or officer? A Bountiful Soul. I have a bachelor's and one. Here's what Courtney said. I have a bachelor's and wanted to be an officer. He kept pushing me to go enlisted and ghosted me. I worked for a living. Okay. No, my parents were married. What was that? What was that? No, my parents were married. I'm not sure what that was in reference to. What are you talking about? Powerful Soul. Thank you, Courtney W. Appreciate your support. And I say that all the time to people. They just accept it, but I mean it sincerely because I pay no taxes whatsoever. The only taxes I pay is if I go to cross the line into Maryland and pay for something in a store, and then it's a sales tax. But there's no sales tax in Delaware. I have no income tax. I get Social Security and disability, which is all tax free. I'm living a beautiful life. I'm living with my parents. I don't have to pay mortgage. I don't have to pay a rent. I pay for utilities. That's about it. It's a beautiful existence. So that phrase meant nothing to you? What phrase? What phrase are you talking about? I thought you were a Marine. You asked if I was an officer. Yeah, I am a Marine. I want to know if I supposed to be saying ma'am to you. I'm enlisted. I'm seeing if you were an officer. Oh yeah, I work for a living. Oh yeah, oh yeah. I mean, if people say I work for a living, that's just cute. People say that all the time when I say sir. You know, I say, oh yes sir. You know, and they say, oh, I work for a living. You know, what is that supposed to mean? It's sir. You means you earned it. That's the problem with this country. That's the problem with this country. This country, we are all saying, like we're kings and queens. But I just had a revelation today and said that our kings and queens, our king of pop, our king of rock, king of soul, the queen of soul, the queen of rock, the king of hip hop, the king of rock, they had to earn all those. They had to earn that title. When you're a king or queen, you don't earn anything. It's just given to you by birth, by blood, probably inbred blood, most likely. I'm not trolling. I'm not trolling at all. I'm allowing you to troll. If you want to troll, troll. Get your troll on. Everybody get your troll on. Everybody get your troll on. What? If you remember that song, you are old as dirt. You are older than I am. And I am old as dirt. I'm 35 years old. That is an ancient man. I know, yeah, exactly. Courtney, thank you for your good point. Good point. Don't get a copyright strike. That's right. Oh wait, a bountiful soul. That phrase means enlisted. It's naval lingo. No, my parents were married. Huh. I never heard that. I heard of I work for a living. I never heard of my parents were married. I don't even know what that means. Okay, so they're married. That's great. No way he shouldn't know that. Hey, I told you I'm stupid. I shouldn't even have been in the Marines. My dumb ass just looked in. This is my little Marine story. I was ready to go into the, I was ready. I was just out of college. I was working a dead end job at Burlington Coat Factory at the time. Now it's called Burlington. And I was just talking to a young lady. And I just went out. I didn't even go out on a date with her yet, but I just was supporting her because nobody was saying anything. She was going to be in the Marines, and nobody was really supporting her or backing her like that. Her family. So I was like, "You have my 100% support." But my dumbass is, brainwashed. This is the brainwashing of America and the world. I only thought that there were male Marines. I never heard of a woman or female Marine until, I got into the Marine Corps. And so I was just understanding that. Uh yeah. Oh, for love. Huh. It can make it into a Robert Zemeckis story, you know, but that's just true. I mean, and I I called, the recruiter station. Bad idea. No, it was a good idea. I was just joking. But, I called the recruiter station, talked about, when her graduation date was, and, they're like, "Hey, how old are you? And where you live?" And, and then they got that whole recruiter style. He came in within, I think, 10 minutes. It takes like 15, 20 minutes to get it away from the station, from my house. And he's just like, man, come on over. Come on, I'll show you some things. I'll show you what's up. He's like, and you know what? They get you benefits, and you better get money. What do you want? He was like, "What do you want?" I was like, "I want to get paid." He was like, "Oh, you have bank the first day of camp, boot camp." Best thing about my recruiter, he never lied. Never. Other people say, my recruiter lied to me. I was supposed to get this pay. I was supposed to get this job. I was supposed to get crying and whining, knowing damn well that they should have been already concerned with their future by themselves, not anyone else saying what they're going to do. So I knew it for a fact that my recruiter was telling the truth and giving me the real deal because it was all factual. He was like, "Look, it's going to suck, but it's going to be good at the same time." He said, "I love boot camp, you know, and for the most part, I love boot camp too. It was hilarious. I had to stifle my laughter so many times. It was just not even funny. It was just so out of this world. You're in a totally different planet. You're like you crash land on Marine Corps Mars or something like that. It was a totally different experience. But I want to answer Champ Fisk's question. Do you have DV license plates? I do not, because I do not drive. I was in a pretty major, dramatic, but not traumatic vehicle pileup collision. My truck flipped over on its side, and I had to get out on the top. It was crazy. So I was like, all right, I'm thinking about not driving ever again. So there's, you can look this up. Quincy Jones and Ray Bradbury are just two people that have never driven ever. I've driven before. I've never been in a car collision. This is my first one and my last one. I just paid off my truck, and it was just a few months after that I got into that pile up, and I'm never doing it again. Yeah, so there's that. So I'm not looking forward to ever driving another vehicle. I've never been in behind the wheel of another vehicle. But in our future, I'm telling you, 10, 20, 30 years from now, we're gonna have a whole revolution. There's gonna be just vehicles that drive themselves. That's happening. It's already happening. It's gonna happen in the future. Because I think it was going to be like, if you've seen the movie Minority Report, where it's like you go on different tracks. It's almost like a train, but you're in a personal car, like a automobile, like a vehicle in a car, but it goes on different tracks. That's how I think it's going to be set up. That's what we're headed for 20, 30, 50 years from now. I don't think there's going to be a drive, there's going to be option probably for, the enthusiasts, for people that want to do that. But it's what it is. I don't see. Here we go. See, this is what I like. Champ Fisk. So you are a 35-year-old man that lives in the basement? No, I do not live in the basement. I live in my sister's old room. She really adulted. She got married, has 2 kids, beautiful relationship, with her kids, and married, of course. With not of course, but it just happens to be. And she's having a beautiful life. I don't have a curfew, but I have to be quiet, later on in the different hours of the night, just as a respect of my dad and my stepmom. But I'm living the best life. I'm living my best life. I really am. It could be better. And I'm looking for better. But Champ has a million questions. He does, and I answer all of them. And if this, he has one opportunity to answer it. I was just about to say, and hasn't touched that Cashapp. You got one more question in you, and then I can't answer anymore. Okay, I don't have friends. This is your last question, Champ, because the ladies in the room have contributed to the Cashapp. You can contribute to PayPal or Cashapp. But this is my last question I'm going to answer for you. Can your friends come over? I don't have friends. Fire is the devil's only friend. I'm not the devil, but I can probably convince you that I am. Look at my shorts. Look at my shorts on when I was on vacation, and I did the math on, and so it shows you how I am, or could possibly be, Satan. Like I said, I'm not the devil, but I can probably convince you that I am. And that was your last question, Mr. Fisk. Unless you put in at least $3, because that will bring us over the line. $3. Just chip in $3, and I'll answer more questions. Because the ladies have definitely stepped up. Only anonymous. Yeah, okay. Okay, a beautiful soul says, my younger still lives with me, even though he earns twice as much as me and he doesn't pay any bills, which sucks. See, that's the issue. See, that's what I would have to say. I have to draw a line. You're going to have to either pay this rent or you have to pay some bills. You're going to have to contribute to this household. If you're under this household, you're eating your Cheerios and you're walking around in your drawers and your butt out, you got to pay something up, sir. You got to pay something up. But salute to you, a bountiful soul, for keeping him safe, because it's better that he doesn't pay and makes twice as much than him living under a bridge somewhere or living in a Skid Row situation, a tent city. That's best for me. I was one day I was completely houseless. I was always had a home, but I had nothing over my head. It was like a scene out of Pursuit of Happiness. I was sleeping on the restroom floor, and the VA hospital in Northampton, Massachusetts. That's a fact. One day, and I was like, okay, I can't do this. Going back home to Delaware. I got on a Greyhound bus and went straight to Wilmington, Delaware. I didn't look back. I was like, you know what? This is not the life. This is not it for me. I can't live this life. So that's been a decade. That's been 10 years. 10 years this month that happened. If you guys want to continue to talk with Champ Fist, that's fine with me. I have nothing to do with him tonight. Another night he asked maybe 5-10 questions, and that's it, because the ladies definitely stepped up for tonight's goal. I appreciate them. Man, you got to man up. They manned up. You got to man up, Champ Fisk. If you're the champ, you say you're the champ is here. You got to put down at least $3. A Bountiful Soul says, I think he is going to move in with his girlfriend once her lease is up, because he wants to be on the lease. Yeah, that's a good move. Case she goes, off her rocker, off her, she goes left. At least his name is on the deed. If you can read on the chat what Champfit says, it gave me a little chuckle. I'm not even going to repeat it. I'm not going to repeat his words. That gave me a chuckle. That was cute. Next. See, if you want to hate amongst each other, hate. I'm not going to stop the hatred. I'm not going to stop the hatred. Not going to stop it. This is a rocking chair, if you haven't noticed. I'm going back and forth. Rocking back and forth. Who wants to? Does anybody want to hear more stories? That was an experiment. The stories are experiment. Anybody want to hear more stories and more of my fiction? Anybody want to hear more stories? Besides you, Champ Fisk, I'm talking to the ladies. Courtney, Bountiful Soul. Courtney W is going in. Hey. Ladies going in. Ladies are going in. I'm not stopping them. I'm just sitting back looking at it. No, don't say sorry, Courtney W. You don't have to say sorry. And I want trolls. Trolls keep the machine greased. They're the grease. They're the grease that makes the machine run. You gotta have trolls in your life. Hey, thanks for the hate. I'm not repeating what you said because you didn't drop $3. You drop $3, and we can talk together. I'm not talking, what you say. You can say all you want. You can light up my whole chat section. The whole chat room can be all you, all day. I'm not stopping. Matter of fact, 5 minutes, less than 5 minutes, 4 minutes and 40 seconds. Hey, y'all can go back and forth. Who wants to hear some stories? I'll continue with my stories. Who wants to hear more fiction? I love fiction. Fiction is a beautiful thing because it expands your mind. Nonfiction is cool, gives you information, data, strategies, things like that. But fiction actually opens up your mind. That's what is so powerful about the word. I don't know who said it, and I should know this quote. I'm gonna actually look up the quote. Who said this? I can't find it. I'm not gonna get mad at it. Let me see. What do we got here? Oh, story time. Okay, here's story time. Wrap it up. This is my last ones. And this is continuing on the same notion in Marine Corps. All right, Marine Corps stories. The bird flew high. 2 aviation officers must contend with a malfunction. Brigadier General Josephine Nakamura passed off on the helicopters flying at night. We're not going to end up like the Army, Captain Montrell Bevins announced as he started up the bird. No, we're going to have everyone come out of this exercise, okay? First Lieutenant Pascal Mutton agreed. The helicopter lifted with poetic precision. Nothing went wrong. Then a rotary blade malfunctioned and the helicopter came close to crashing. Instead of falling to the earth, Mutton pulled up and the bird flew high. And the night with green night vision goggles looking like permanent lightning bugs, no one dared panic. Ooh. I like my own stories. What can I tell you? I like them. Good night, Courtney. Thank you for stopping by. Appreciate you. You're one of my finest. You're one of my day ones. I appreciate everything you do. Thank you very much. Continue to do greatness and enjoy your gym time. All right, we got 1 minute. I'm going to try to see if I can get this done in 1 minute. Marine Corps stories, my efforts. A corporal recounts his injury. My wounds stem from the blast. Corporal Livingston moved. I saw the muzzle flash. I heard the deafening sound of the IED. I lost my leg. I nearly lost my mind. But I'm still serving. I'm at a desk. I'm still wearing the uniform in the Corps. I look at my bionic leg and am proud that I saved Livingston's life. I was awarded the Navy Cross for my efforts, and as a fellow corporal, it felt right. I'm selfish. I guarded my battle buddy. That's all I had to do, so I did it. That is all. What a way to cap off tonight. That was a wonderful night. Beautiful. I appreciate everybody that came through and all a bountiful soul. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Continue to tell people. That's the main draw. Let people know who I am and what I'm about. I thank you all very much and take care.